Ever since I started this podcast, people have been asking me for advice. Usually it's what team to bet on this week. Truth is, I don't know who's going to win, but if you think you know, you got to check out my bookie. Remember, who you're betting on is just as important as who you're betting with. That's why I always tell people to bet with my bookie. Trust me, guys, they are your best bet this season. They've been in business for years, have great reviews online, mobile site super easy to use. Plus, in-game live betting, over-unders, fantasy points scored. You can bet on that too. And the most rewarding player perks in the business. And, hey, if you deposit after 7 p.m. Eastern time, they'll give you an additional $25 free play on deposits over $100. Plus, this is really big. Join now, and MyBookie will match your deposit dollar for dollar. Bam. Bam, 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 bam. Only if you use promo code PURPLE25, PURPLE25. Visit MyBookie online today. That's MyBookie. And don't forget to use the promo code PURPLE25 when creating your account and claim up to $1,000 in free play. Plus, again, deposit that for 7 p.m. Eastern time, extra $25, promo code PURPLE25. You play, you win, you get paid.
And whose team is this? Is this your team, or is this your daddy's team?
Thanks for listening to the Dad Mode Podcast, common sense parenting in a politically correct world. Here's your host, Andy Carlson.
Welcome back to the Dad Mode Podcast, common sense parenting, politically correct world. I'm your host, Andy Carlson, at Andy Carlson Show on the Twitter machine. I'm here. I'm a father. I have no idea what I'm doing, but either their chiefs is trying to learn something together today. Website is dadmodepod.com. If you want to tweet at us, use the hashtag #dadmode or the Twitter account is that dadmodepod. And interesting times, interesting week as Margaret went off. She had her first a week of preschool, and she's going a couple days a week, and it's a big time of firsts, and every time of fall you see the parents with the back to school pictures and the whole thing, and it didn't really register with me before I was a father, especially, but even when Muggsy was pretty young, it's just like, okay, that's the thing. It's like, cool. Oh, you got free babysitting. Nice, cool. Yeah, great. But now it's like, man, I don't know. So Margaret's in a 3-year-old preschool, and it's what do you expect from preschool? Pretty kid oriented. Well, they're kid oriented, but lots of arts and crafts, lots of listening, lots of letters and numbers and shapes and colors, and just meeting and getting along with kids, and it's great. It's something that she's been socialized pretty good. She's always playing with her cousins that are about the same age as her, and then also we've got her at childcare. 5 days a week at her gym, where it's like, she's just personality wise too. She is a social butterfly. Like she really does love making new friends, playing games with other kids, and just being a good helper. And that super lucky in that terms, because that's something that you always worry about as a parent is, is my kid making friends? Are they fitting in? Do they have a peer group, or do they feel like an outsider? Because I think that's got to be the worst. That's got to be worst for a kid, especially if you're with the same group of kids over and over, where you can't really get a clean slate. So if you're the kid that doesn't fit in, or the kid that they the other kids make fun of early on, it's like, that's sort of like your death sentence. That's sort of like you're across the barrier the entire time you're with these kids in school. So it's of course you have empathy, you feel bad for the kids who fit in, and that's why I think it's important for parents to tell their kids to not only get along with kids, but hey, if you see a kid that's not getting played with, or not really fitting in, or looks kind of sad or awkward, it's like, go play with them, go talk to them, help them feel included, help them belong and whatnot. And I think that is super important. And it's tough to let go. It is tough to let go, and I know it's only for a couple hours, a couple days a week, but it does feel like a Rubicon has been crossed, where it's like, all right, so now we're in this phase of life now where, she goes to school, and next thing you know, it's be 4th grade preschool, kindergarten, and 5th grade, and junior high, and stupid dances, and high school, and all of a sudden she got her driver's license. Like, oh man, where does the time go? But the teachers at the preschool, awesome. Where I feel like, all right, so the teachers I've had throughout my scholastic career, professors kind of hit or miss. A lot of them got the tenure, then are just like, whatever, deuces, mailing in. Plus, I have a business degree, and a lot of the professors like never spent a day in the real world of business. So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But high school, it's very polarizing. You have great teachers and you have terrible teachers. You really do. And don't get me wrong, like, it's a very noble profession. You are sacrificing a high-end pay and to dedicate your life to educating the next couple of generations of youth, and it's great. And there are some people who fully take on the job to heart and fully go all in on it, but some don't. Some definitely don't. We've all had some really terrible teachers, and you're thinking about them right now, aren't you? Yeah, but here's the thing. I feel like the younger you get, the more it is a calling, the more it is like that's the person was made to do that. Where 5th grade on down, you get like that. You're like, so I'm not worried at all about our preschool teachers. They seem awesome. They seem super engaged. They seem super happy to be there, which is always key too, because I feel like just like working with young kids, that's something that you definitely want to do. Whereas if you're a high school English teacher, it's like, do you really want to be teaching composition and nouns and adjectives and sentence structure to a bunch of horned up teenagers? Probably not. You're trying to write a book, and then you just ended up taking the teaching job to make ends meet, and it's like, yeah, all right, that book is collecting dust, and it's reflected. But maybe that's a bad example. But the teachers are fully phenomenal, and Margaret, we went to the orientation, and also the first day, and then she's already she's already making friends. You didn't even know these kids from Adam coming in, and she's already got buddies, already playing games, already taking care of things, and it's we got really fortunate, really fortunate, and I don't know, it's just the whole talking to strangers, making friends with new people. That is a very learned skill. All right, where it is a little bit of human nature to be more reserved and more fear of the unknown. Like, you ever go to a party or gathering and you don't know anybody there, and it's always kind of awkward. It's like, all right, do I introduce myself? Or it's like, oh, you see groups of people that clearly know each other. It's like, are you going to try and horn in on one of those circles? Like, nah, it's tough. But Margaret, as you hear her playing with some ponies, she's great. She's great at making friends. She's great about caring about kids. Like, we were playing at the park the other day, and she was running around, and there's a couple of other kids, one a little bit younger, one a little bit older than her, and they were playing on the slide. And when they were going down the slide, she said, "Be careful," which is what we tell her all the time going down the slide. So she does have this very maternal instinct to her, which I just find like super cute and super endearing. And I want to take care of her because, a great way to take care of your kids and your family is life insurance. So think of all things you work hard to provide your family, your home, college education, your entire lifestyle. I mean, come on. How do you make sure all of those things are still possible even if something unexpected happens to you? Life insurance used to be a pain. You deal with the agent, you come across like a used car salesman. It's like, oh, get this plan, whatever gives them the largest commission. Yeah, okay. You got to do a blood test at the doctor's, read over all the fine print, make sure, and legalese. And it's like, But with Ethos is now, the application only takes 10 minutes online. Super easy, honest, upfront pricing. No doctor's appointments for policies under $1 million as well. So here's what you do. Get your free quote and submit your complete application in just 10 minutes now at dadmode.getethos.com. One more time. That's dadmode.getethos.com. Calm. And I've gone through the process. It's super easy. I highly recommend getting some term life insurance, and it costs you a couple coffees a month. Yeah, that's all it takes to make sure that your family's taken care of. So again, dadmode.com/getethos.com. All right. So with Margaret, it's she's just so happy. Like the whole, like even when we're getting school supplies, just the backpacks and the supplies and the pencils and the markers and stuff, and she was just so excited, and it just really does take you back, because I was never really that excited about school, right? And it was just like, all right, so we're doing this, but I did like school supplies. I did like back to school shopping. She got a brand new horsey dress to wear on her first day, which is super exciting as well. And with Margaret, she when we went and got the pencils and stuff, she was super hyped. But when I was a kid, getting those pencils, like, that was big. Getting the folders, getting the Trapper Keeper. I remember. So I was probably like 8 or 9, and I was really big into baseball cards. And there was a Trapper Keeper. I don't know if it was like Trapper Keeper name brand, but it was one of them. But they had slots for baseball cards in them, and it was the coolest friggin' thing ever. It was so awesome, right? And, so I was smart. So, like, my most valuable cards, some of, like, the old baseball ones, like, nah, I'm not chancing this. You were at school. Maybe someone, jacks your Trapper Keeper, or maybe you drop it in the hallway or whatever. Yeah, you're going to have some wear and tear on that thing, right? So what it is, I got some duplicates of some of the cheap cards I had. But, again, there were some of the awesome players. So there's 4 slots in the front for cards. And it was Ken Griffey Jr., Kirby Puckett, hello, Frank Thomas, and Greg Maddux all across the front. And I was so excited and so happy about it. And with Margaret, we got her some pony pencils and some pony folders, and it costs like a total of $4, right, for these pencils and the folders. But you have no idea how happy she was. And we'll probably get that too. Speak of the devil, come on down. Okay, you stay upstairs then. Okay. Okay. All right, so play-by-play, she's at the top of the stairs, and now she's closing the door on me as she goes and plays and watches more ponies. Yeah, cool. But with that's the whole thing too. Is like that baseball card Trapper Keeper back in the day was probably like $4 as well. We'll say conservatively, given inflation, we'll say 10. All right, so it's $10. Like, what's that to anyone? All right, and just the memories that you can imprint, because I'm sure we'll get Margaret like a unicorn backpack. There's a girl in her class that I think has a unicorn backpack that also has a horn. So like there's like a cartoon unicorn on the back, and there's it's a real photo of a unicorn on the back. And it's got a horn sticking out, and it's just so friggin' adorable, right? And that that backpack costs like probably $15, maybe $20 at the most. And for that small investment, like that's gonna make that kid's life. Like just like I remember that baseball card Trapper Keeper. I mean, that kid is gonna remember that unicorn backpack forever. It's crazy. Like the wife remembers this one gray skirt that had like some designs on it that she wore from ages like 4 to 6, right? And every single time she talks about Margaret's favorite clothes, she brings up that skirt. And it's just like, it's so crazy how impressionable and like some of these kids' memories are. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if Margaret remembers that unicorn folder forever, that pony folder forever. But I don't know. I know we're just getting started. We're just scratching the surface, and I'm sure like her first year of preschool is going to add a lot of fodder. But it's just didn't cry, but definitely got a little bit as she was waddling off to her classroom with her giant backpack on. It's like it's good. Yeah. But the show is also good. Tell a friend, spread the word. We're available on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio as well. Follow me at DadMoPod or me at Andy Carlson Show. And the website, as always, dadmopod.com. But until next time, be a man, be a father, go Dad Mo, and we'll smell you later.
Think the episode you just heard is worth $1? Well, send it our way. Visit dadmodepod.com/support to find out how. Be a man, be a father. Go Dad Mode. The music is created and produced by Deeb. To hear more of his tracks, visit soundcloud.com/Deeb.